We have amidst us this evening our AICC in charge, Sri Manickrao Thakare ji, Congress Working Committee member, Sri Prudent, our MLA from Aldona, Advocate Carlos Ferreira, and a newly appointed district president, Sri Rajesh Verenkar. I request Advocate Carlos Ferreira to address the press.
You know that the order has been passed, judgment has been passed by the Bombay High Court in Goa, quashing the election notification for the Ponda by-election. We have not yet got a copy of the order. The copy of the order has also not been uploaded, so I can't make any comment on the judgment. But I know that the petition had been filed, claiming that under section 151A of the Representation of People Act 1951, and using two judgments of the Division Bench of the Bombay High Court, that the election, if it is less than 1 year, a by-election less than 1 year, it should not be held. With great respect, I disagree with those two judgments of the Bombay High Court, and I'm going to tell you simply why. Section 151A mandates that a by-election for filling any vacancy referred to in any of the said sections shall be held within a period of 6 months from the date of occurrence of the vacancy. It is this, that you must hold election, your by-election, within 6 months. Now there is a proviso which says nothing contained in this section shall apply if A, the remainder of the term of a member in relation to a vacancy is less than 1 year, or B, the Election Commission, in consultation with the central government, certifies that it is difficult to hold a by-election within the said period. Now, what is the meaning of this is very clear. On the main section, it is the duty, and anybody can go to the court and say, hold the by-election within 6 months. The provision is an enabling power. It says that you may not hold, you may understand this. It's not you shall not hold. You may not hold, it shall not apply if the remainder of the term of a member in relation to the vacancy is less than 1 year. So you can't go to the court and say that remainder of the term is less than 1 year and therefore there is a mandate not to hold the election. Please understand this. The words are not Election Commission or the central government shall not hold. These are not the words. So therefore, I am in respectful disagreement with the two judgments of the Bombay High Court on which they were relying. I believed that, even if two judgments are shown, another division bench has the prerogative to accept, which it seems to have done in this case, or after hearing arguments, it may differ and may say we don't agree with this reasoning, and therefore we are constrained to refer to a larger bench. This was the option. So on the legal aspect, I think this needs to get tested, because subsequently, after the Bombay High Court had passed this judgment in Akola West by-election, quashing the notification, Punjab High Court had a similar where a petition in 2024 had challenged the by-election of Kurnool Assembly by-election, and where Manohar Lal Khattar had resigned and there was a vacancy, and Saini himself was contesting that election. So the contention was less than 1 year and therefore you cannot hold. The Bombay judgment was cited, and the Punjab and the Haryana division bench disagreed with the Bombay High Court judgment and held that there is no such mandate and on interpretation, and held that election can be conducted and dismissed the petition. So we have two views. But what happens in the Bombay High Court, generally it is this way, If it's your own High Court, generally the tendency is to follow. You can't say, I disagree and I follow that. But if you deferred, then the course was, you could say, all right, Karnataka judgment, I don't agree, I agree with Punjab judgment. You could do that way. But once you have, judicial discipline requires you to follow if you are agreeing. If you are not agreeing, you can't pass another judgment, but you would have to refer to a larger bench. Now, one aspect which is very material is, we expected that if the court had found merit, the candidates who are contesting the election should have got notice. Perhaps, when you initially filed the petition, I feel that the court should have even seen who are likely to be affected by the order, and were the three contesting candidates of three national parties in the fray for the elections. So the minimum thing was, the petitioner should have been directed to make us a party, and we should have been heard, and thereafter you could have passed a decision one way or the other. So I believe that this is a very serious flaw in not making us a party. And second part is on the election process having started, and we have reached today where the word on the eve of the election, tomorrow is the election, actual election will take place, but you must understand the process has started with the notification, and generally the courts are slow to interfere in such kind of matters unless remember in the matter. Wait, we'll let everybody finish.
Now, Sri Girish Todankar will address.
Including the Election Commission of India. The BJP and Election Commission of India has destroyed a basic fundamental commission has been constituted the drama by BJP functionaries and the Election Commission of India. हे जर सगळें जर कनेक्ट केलें जाल्यार इट्स क्लियरली दिसता की BJP was very sure that they cannot win the election even by spending and this would have affected them in 2027 elections. So that means the death was the 5 months after the death, knowing very well what our Dr. Carlos Bab has said and the interpretation issue. By taking the clear advantage of this, it was 1 year social media, and it is
He is deleted now, but we got the screenshots.
already screenshot are with us, although they have deleted from the social media, but it is clearly the documents are available. So BJP themselves to declare the election. This party has not declared this election. Who has declared the election? He has declared the election. Was knowing this, the election AG is supposed to defend the government and defend. What the AG is doing in the court? He is supporting the BJP petitioner to cancel the elections. So if you don't want the election, this is all mockery. And just because you realize on the last minute that you cannot win the election, you cancel the election. So if you can't, so this that election with BJP. As time and again, our leaders Rahul Gandhi also proved it. How see the timing of the order. Second, but somehow the order did not pass, and today the order is passed at around elections. So they are not allowing anybody to even challenge this petition, challenge that order, because we have already contacted our lawyers in the Supreme Court. The lawyers have already, but they cannot file it. They cannot. The High Court has still not uploaded this order. That means the game was so sad that they are not going to give any chance to any one of us to even challenge it. But we will not leave it at this stage. Whether we get it order today or whether we get it order tomorrow, we are going to challenge this, and we are going to expose this BJP and Election Commission of India alliance to
CWC हमारे मेंबर्स गिरीश चौरनकर जी, हमारे शेख साहब वाइस प्रेसिडेंट PCC गोवा, कार्लू जी जो हाईकोर्ट लॉयर और कांग्रेस पार्टी के मिले, कार्लू जी, हमारे साथी राजेश जी और सभी मेरे पत्रकार भाइयों और साथियों, सबसे पहले बीजेपी इस चुनाव में बाई इलेक्शन में कांग्रेस की जीत होगी इसलिए वो डर गई थी। पहले से ही ये चुनाव टालने की उन्होंने कोशिश की। आप सभी को पता है रवि नाई जी का जो देहांत हुआ था उसके बाद काफ़ी दिन मिले तो चुनाव लगाना चाहिए था, लेकिन उन्होंने चुनाव नहीं लगाया। और उसके बाद उन्होंने जो कोर्ट की तरफ से रिजल्ट देना था वो भी आप सभी को पता है कि लगातार टाइम बीतते गया और आखिरी के दिन कल का वोटिंग है और आज चुनाव वहाँ पे स्थगित कर दिया। और इसमें कोर्ट में जाने वाली जो लेडी थी तो वो बीजेपी से साथ जुड़ी हुई थी, ये स्पष्ट हो चुका है, आप सभी को भी पता है। और आज की तारीख में कल के चुनाव में जो केतन भाटिया जी जो कांग्रेस के कैंडिडेट थे वो 100% चुन के आने वाले थे। 8 से 10% तक सभी सर्वे में वो आगे थे, हम चुनाव जीत रहे थे। लेकिन बीजेपी ने ये चुनाव कांग्रेस जीत रही है इसलिए ये चुनाव टालने की उन्होंने कोशिश की है। चुनाव आयोग को साथ में लेकर इस तरीके से कोर्ट में जाके उन्होंने अपने ही कोई कार्यकर्ताओं को कोर्ट में भेजकर ये चुनाव स्थगित होना चाहिए, कैंसिल होना चाहिए, इसलिए जो कोशिश की है वो आज ही बीजेपी इस चुनाव में हार गई है। उनको पता है कि जो भी हमारे स्टेट के जो प्रॉब्लम्स है वो छुड़ाने में वो नाकाम हुई है, मुख्यमंत्री नाकाम हुई है। यहाँ की लॉ एंड ऑर्डर रहो, यहाँ की पर्यावरण की या हर बात के बेरोजगारी की बात रहो, इस सभी हो चुकी है। इसलिए उनको पता चला है कि ये चुनाव में हम हार रहे हैं। इसके बाद जो 27 में चुनाव होने वाला है उसमें भी मैं कहता हूँ और हमारे वहां पे 27 की जो गोवा की जनता है वो चुन के देंगी, ऐसा हमें पूरा 100% विश्वास है। क्योंकि आज वहाँ पे केतन भाटिकर जी जो कल के चुनाव में चुन के आने वाले थे उनको पता था कि उसका असर क्या होगा, इसलिए से पहले से ही उन्होंने तैयारी कर ली थी कि ये चुनाव नहीं होना चाहिए, हमारे खिलाफ जाएगा, लोग नाराज है, लोग हमको वोटिंग नहीं देंगे। तो इस तरीके से ये चुनाव टालने की भरपूर उन्होंने कोशिश की, जिसका नतीजा हम देख रहे हैं कि आज कोर्ट उस तरीके से जो उसमें डिसीजन दिया है उसमें लास्ट में कल वोटिंग है और कल के वोटिंग के पहले दिन इस तरीके से निर्णय आना, मैं समझता हूँ कि पूरी डेमोक्रेसी की ही इस तरीके से हत्या हुई है। पूरे इस बीजेपी ने डेमोक्रेसी की हत्या लगातार करते आ रहे हैं। जो राहुल जी बार बार कह रहे हैं कि इनका जो भी चुनाव आयोग है उनके पास है, CBI वो भी उस तरीके से जो संविधानिक पोस्ट थी वो उस तरीके से खत्म करने की कोशिश बीजेपी ने लगातार कर रही है। और ये अब सभी के सामने दिखाई दे रहा है कि गोवा में आज बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रॉब्लम है कि जो जनता चाहती है कि गवर्नमेंट छुड़ा नहीं रही है, तो गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ यहाँ की जनता गई हुई है। ऐसे परिस्थिति में अगर वहाँ पे चुनाव रद्द होता है तो उनको खुशी होंगी उस बात की, लेकिन जनता समझ चुकी है कि ये क्यों कैंसिल हुआ है चुनाव, क्यों बीजेपी का ही कोई कार्यकर्ता वहाँ पे चुनाव कैंसिल होने के लिए कोर्ट में गया है, क्यों गया है। तो लोगों को पता है कि इसके पीछे पूरे बीजेपी है। बीजेपी ये चुनाव नहीं चाहती थी क्योंकि उनको मालूम है कि इस चुनाव में वो 100% हारने वाले थे। और जो सर्वे भी थे हमारे 8 से 10% हम चुन के आ रहे थे। ये सभी आप सभी मेरे भाई है प्रेस वाले सभी जानते हैं कि क्या स्थिति वहां पे पोंडा उपचुनाव में वहां पर थी। तो ये सभी बातें देखते हुए मैं समझता हूँ कि डेमोक्रेसी की पूरी तरह हत्या जो की है लगातार बीजेपी करते जा रही है, उसका एक उदाहरण आप सभी के सामने है। किस तरीके से बीजेपी पूरी तरह लोकशाही खत्म करना चाहती है, इसका जवाब कल चलकर सत्तावीसवीं जनता जरूर मांगेगी, ऐसा पूरा विश्वास हमें है।
अनेक नजरे काढून दिवपाक सोदता. If you see the last ZP elections, which was scheduled on 23rd April 2021, in the same way, just one day before the ZP elections, with some minor issue, they just postponed that election. And then again second time after 2 days because of the national lockdown, and then the same elections were conducted after 8 months. So it's not the first time that BJP, after realizing that they are losing the election, that they are cancelling or postponing the election. They have already tried it earlier during the ZP elections. And I think Goa is the only state where after completing the entire process, twice the elections are postponed. One is ZP and second is this election. As my friend Kalus Bab and our in charge Thakare Baba has already said, that out of fear of losing the elections, they have clearly done this. We don't know how this Pritam has engaged the out-of-station senior council, because the huge fees are required to be paid. Now, who has paid these fees? I'm sure the Chief Minister has also managed to pay the fees of this outstation council. The Chief Minister has to come out very clearly on this. Thank you.
There is what? Wait, I'm going to.
तुम्ही म्हटले 2 तारखेक त्यांचं हे कोणाचे किंवा सोडलो 8 तारखेक डिसिजन येयले आणि डिसिजन कोणी येयले हाय कोर्टाचे जजान तो गोयकार जजाक बीजेपीन फिक्सिंग केल्याचे
ना आम्ही जजाक
कित्याक लायले
आम्ही आता जजाक फिक्स केला काय कितें ते आम्ही म्हणले ना खंयच.
कित्याक
पूण क्वेश्चन येता when you are hearing already know that day 8 is fixed, 9th is the voting. 9th is the voting. Before that, the senior citizens are voting. All the other kinds of voting takes, which has already started. So nowhere when the election process is at advanced stage, I think it is at the gone at the end. Just the formal voting has to start tomorrow, and just few hours before that you are cancelling the elections. So this order could have come earlier. So I don't know what you are saying, but we never accused the honorable judge.
आणि एक 2 तारखेक तुमका बीजेपीचो सपोर्टर गेला कॅन्सल करपाक म्हणून गेला म्हणजे म्हाका खबर आशिल्ली. मागीर तुमचो सपोर्टर एकादो कोण तरी कित्याक कोर्टात वचोक ना की कॅन्सल जावचे ना.
See, the question of us going to get ourselves invited to the banquet without an invitation is not right. You understanding? If we were there, we would have directly said petition is not maintainable because the affected parties are not before the court. Court would have dismissed the petition. Straight off. How do we know what ran in the mind of the court for the purpose of entertaining and allowing it? Because court could have also said, we dismiss the petition because the parties are not before us. So until the court found reason to say that it is a matter which we will consider, but there's a likelihood that there will be now contesting candidates who are likely to be affected. Therefore, we will issue notice. Till then, why should we run? And now I want to tell you this. Now, I'll tell you one thing. In this Punjab and Haryana High Court judgment, they relied on a judgment of the Guwahati High Court. And exactly what I had said is what Nagaland High Court judgment, Guwahati High Court judgment is reproduced. I will read the words. And that judgment is Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee case. A bare reading of the above quoted section makes it clear that there is no bar on the Election Commission of India to fill up the casual vacancy, even if the remainder of the term of a member in relation to a vacancy is less than 1 year. Proviso A to section 151 is merely an exception to the statutory mandate that by-election for filling up casual vacancy must be held within a period of 6 months from the date of occurrence of the vacancy. The proviso does not say that no by-election shall be held to fill up a vacancy if the remainder of the term of a member in relation to a vacancy was less than 1 year. So you understand?
तुम्हीच म्हणता नाही एक वर्ष जर मेळाना ते कॅन्सल जावंक शकता अशें आमकां
ना आमी
हे आसलो
ना
जर आशिल्लो तुका कित्याक वचोंक ना तुमी काय म्हणटा
No, we were confident that the court could have taken this correct interpretation and dismissed the petition.
तुमच्या कॅन्डिडेटाचे आता स्टेटमेंट दिले की 15 दिवसांपयलीं आमकां समजतलें की इलेक्शन कॅन्सल जावपाचें आशिल्लें.
See, he doesn't know the legal issues, and the legal issues we know. No, he knows that there were attempts to have this election scuttled. Please understand this. All of us knew when the petition was filed that this was all an attempt to have the election scuttled.
But if your candidate know about उसको पता था कि अगर उसका हो जाएगा तो आपकी ओर से कुछ ये नहीं.
No. You see, I repeat to you, any petition when it's filed, unless the court issues notice, you don't run.
आता वचून कितें मेळटलें
We'll get an interpretation of the law.
वयता म्हणटाले
See, the counting date is when? In May. So we still have time where we can have an election schedule. That's only voting remaining. We in the order deeply. Order na zalam can no spazata. Where else can we go? We can't go anywhere else.
जीपीसीसी प्रेसिडेंट कितें ना
He was busy in the elections. Campaigning चालू असतं. कोणी असतं. आम्ही फोने आशिल्ले सगळ्यांनी. We were all together when this court order was there. We were sitting our office, managing our booth committees and all. All of us were there. We have come here from Ponda. आम्ही फोनेच्यानच येले हांगा.
See, I don't think you should make an issue who's here, not there. Because we all agree that we are going to have, everybody could not rush here to be here on time for the press conference. Please understand that. It's not a question about who's attending press conference. The question is what is the issue of the press conference.
अशा पद्धतीने डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम अशा पद्धतीने कारभार करपाचो वेळ घेतला अशें दिसता.
तुम्ही पळयतात कायदो चेंज करतात. इवन आतां FCRA एक्ट हाडला तोय कायदो चेंज करतात. हांव सेपरेटली तुमकां तेजेर उलयतलो. कायद्याशीन तुका लॉक करून तुगे पयशे ब्लॉक करून मागीर तुगे बाटांय व्हरपाचें असलें सगळें चलता. दीस इज हिटलरशाही चलता हिंगा आमच्या देशांत. इट इज गोईंग ऑन नॉट ओन्ली in parliament what we see what is going on. We see across the country how democracy is being suppressed, and now these are standing examples for the entire nation to see how they will use every trick in the book to scuttle democracy.
And it's more, it is onus is on the Election Commission of India. Now, who has fixed this date? Who announced this election? It's the Election Commission of India. Actually, Election Commission of India should move to Supreme Court before us to protect themselves and to defend themselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
तामिळनाडू इलेक्शन जावपाक जाता पूण प्रभारी आसा न्ही थंयसरले थंयसरले एक लिडर आसा न्ही ज्योती मलिक त्यांनी अशें ट्वीट केलां की काँग्रेसचे खंय उमेदवारी विकता.
No, that we'll talk later. That's not another subject matter now. Yeah. You can't.
That tweet she made in her constituency was not that 10 tickets get in her assembly parliamentary segment.
जनरल ट्वीट केला ताणें.
No, it was because of that one seat she did not get.
Come.